So this presentation is an opportunity for the YMC board to learn more about your group and your project. You will have 5 minutes to present, and then 5 minutes for questions that we may have for you and you may have for us. And make sure to give equal time to each person to speak. And then timekeeper Diego will give you 2-minute and 1-minute warning signals. And we want to hear from the youth, and hopefully the adult ally can keep their comments brief. So. Okay, this is good. I introduce myself. Hi, I'm Bella.
I'm Diego. I'm the timer.
I'm Ethan. I'm the note taker.
I'm Lauren. I'm Desiree.
I'm Alec.
Moises.
Alexander.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Let's get going.
Okay, so my name is Alec. I'm the director of PeerBuddies. As you know, PeerBuddies pairs up kids with special needs like autism, Down syndrome, learning disabilities with typical buddies. And the typical buddies teach them social skills in community-based settings. So what I do, my role is just to supervise the youth, and really it's completely youth-run. We have 2 of our youth here who are just fantastic PeerBuddies. We launched in July of 2011, and so they're going to take it from here.
Okay. My name's Leah. I'm 16 and I go to Santa Barbara High School. I was paired up with Keaton. He is a 14-year-old boy and diagnosed with Down syndrome. We did a 6-week sport package of his choice, and we went to the park, we played games, got to know each other. We went over some baseline rules, and the key of it was for him to ask me questions, because he would never ask questions. He would just kind of do it, and it was really interesting. Here's some pictures of us. We went to the pool and went swimming, and we had races, and we taught sportsmanship, and we went to the beach, and he wanted to go paddleboarding, so we went paddleboarding. And then
higher so they can see.
This was the last day. We went to Shoreline and played soccer. Overall, it was really fulfilling. I wasn't really comfortable with people that have Down syndrome, and I don't know. I know a lot of people aren't comfortable around it, and just being with them and meeting his family, and we went to his house. I don't know. It was really rewarding in the end. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Casey. I also did PeerBuddies. I just finished work with a 15-year-old girl named Kimmy who has learning disabilities and selective mutism. Oh, I'm 17 and I go to San Marcos. I forgot that part. So we did the same thing. We met together and we made an itinerary for Kimmy and I. So we took her interests and we made 6 different sessions. So we started at our baseline, and baseline is where we don't intervene at all on their social skills. We see what their goals are going to be for the next 6 weeks when we meet with them. So for Kimmy, her goals were really basic. It was we wanted responsiveness. We wanted her to respond when I asked her a question without us prompting her. We also asked her if she would look me in the eye when listening and speaking. And we wanted by the end of our sessions to have her asking me questions as well. And so our second session was what we called our breakthrough session, which for us is a really big deal. Oh, I skipped it. It is right here. We went to the beach with our dogs, and we never expected her to be pulling through with her goals so quickly. So we spent this day at the beach, and she was responding to all my questions, and it was really an amazing thing for us to see, something that was not just rewarding for Kimmy, but I think rewarding for Alec and I. And so myself, as a buddy, I got to learn things such as my own shortcomings, my own things where I needed to gain patience, and I needed to see my buddy with more of a higher, I wanted to see that she could do so much more at the beginning. And so I think that PeerBuddies is such a great organization because we can take a problem that our schools have right now, which is really that it's not inclusive. We need to not separate students as much, and so PeerBuddies definitely taught myself this, and I think it can teach a lot of other kids this. And I liked it so much. I'm working with my second buddy. She's 15 years old, and she has Asperger's syndrome. Good?
If you want to pass your posters back
Okay.
to the president, if you'd like.
Yeah.
Because that's where you could see.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, Patrice, good question. How long will this project run for?
So it's 6 weeks, 1 hour per week, and that's one package. And then you can sign up for another package if you really like it.
And if we cannot give you full funding, how will we make this project happen?
Well, we would love to give. Right now, the funding that we asked for would provide 7 scholarships and some money for activities. If we couldn't get the whole thing, we would just cut it down, maybe do 5 scholarships, as much as we can do.
And just to add to that, it's all about trying to fund low-income families to go through the project, because just like they were describing, these kids are making such amazing gains, but there is a cost involved. And so we want this to be open to anyone and everyone. The word is kind of spreading. There's a lot of interest in it, but a lot of people can't afford it, so that's what we would use it for.
And if you could only give you partial funding, what would you want most?
You want to go
To fund the low income and so everybody can be inclusive, because it's like kind of sad to see like people left out because they can't afford it.
And to clarify, so in your budget, so what you said is your priority is scholarship money?
Yes.
Okay. And then your second thing would be?
Supplies and materials.
Yeah, so I think that this is our main. Yeah,
This
we
is
can
the
do
second
2
one?
and 3.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Does anyone else have questions?
I have one. Right. So your main goal is to help the family that doesn't have enough money or resources to help the kid.
That's our main goal of getting this grant. So coming to Youth Making Changes, we want to provide this opportunity to more people.
And how do you select these people?
Select the PeerBuddies, the volunteers, or the client, the kids that actually have the special needs.
Was the low income?
Like how do you select the kids that you're gonna help?
Oh, with the low income?
Yes.
The low income, it's based on their parents' income. So we took an average for the income that a household in Santa Barbara makes, and we took that, and so that's kind of our cutoff is the household makes $60,000 or less a year. And if that's the case, and they also have to be willing to use the funding within the time frame, right? Because we have from March till July to use the funding, so that's another stipulation. Like they have to use it during that window, and they have to make less than $60,000 a year.
Do you work with like SB SNAP and DPLL challengers and?
We know that's Keaton.
Yeah, Keaton. I was
Is
about to
actually
say
Retta's mom.
I was
Retta's
a coach for DPLL,
Oh,
so I know
there you
Keaton
go.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's good. Okay. So I guess that's it. So thank you for presenting. We will notify you of our decision first week in March,
Okay.
and that's pretty much it. And there's an evaluation out at the
Do you have any questions for the board?
Oh yeah, do you have any questions first?
I think you guys covered everything.
Yeah. You guys are really thorough. You guys do a good job with everything. It's very well organized, actually.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
So I see you in school. Right.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for coming.